1. The mysterious disappearance of Joanne Ratcliffe and Kirsta Gordon, 1973. On a bright July afternoon in 1973, two young girls, Joanne Ratcliffe and Kirsta Gordon, were enjoying a typical day at an Adelaide park in Australia. The park was bustling with families, children running around, and the scent of freshly cut grass filled the air. Joanne and Kirsty were last seen playing near the playground, their laughter mixing with the cheerful sounds of the crowd. But suddenly, the unthinkable happened. They vanished. What started as a brief moment of distraction turned into a frantic search. Parents screamed their names, police blocked off roads, and volunteers scoured every inch of the park. But no matter how hard they looked, no trace was ever found. The community was left shattered, haunted by the thought of what might have happened. Over the years, countless theories emerged: stranger abduction, accidental death, or even something more sinister, but the truth remains locked away, a chilling reminder of childhood innocence lost on a day meant for celebration. 2. The Strange Case of the Hat Man, 1997. It was a quiet July 4th night in 1997, in a small town in Massachusetts where fireworks lit up the sky and families gathered for barbecues. But in the shadows of that celebration, strange reports started to emerge. Multiple residents claimed to have seen a tall, shadowy figure wearing a wide-brimmed hat lurking near their homes and along deserted streets. This figure, who became known as the Hat Man, never spoke, never moved quickly, just watched silently. The eerie encounters spread rapidly, with neighbors whispering about what this mysterious presence could be. Police were called, but they found no evidence, no footprints, nothing. Was it a figment of collective imagination fueled by late-night nerves, or was there really something watching from the darkness? This enigma unsettled the town for months, proving that sometimes the most terrifying stories aren't about what happens, but what might be watching you. The vanishing of Amy Mihaljevic, 1989. Amy Mihaljevic was a bubbly 10-year-old girl in a close-knit Ohio community, known for her bright smile and kindness. On July 4th, 1989, she was last seen walking home from a friend's house, a familiar route she had taken many times before. But on this particular day, something changed. Amy never made it home. Her disappearance sent shockwaves through the town, igniting one of the largest search efforts in the area's history. Volunteers, law enforcement, and even psychics joined the effort, scouring fields, forests, and neighborhoods. The family endured endless waiting, clinging to hope amid the growing dread. The police uncovered unsettling clues suggesting a stranger's involvement, evidence that Amy's disappearance wasn't random but planned. The community grappled with the terrifying idea that someone was out there who could take a child so close to home. Though decades have passed, Amy's case remains open, a haunting reminder of innocence stolen and a mother's endless hope. The strange death of James Haggerty, 1975. James Haggerty was no ordinary man. As the longtime press secretary for President Eisenhower, he was a respected figure, known for his sharp intellect and calm demeanor. But on July 4th, 1975, the world was stunned when Haggerty was found dead at his Maryland home under suspicious circumstances. While initial reports suggested natural causes, whispers of foul play quickly spread. Friends recalled odd phone calls and strange visitors in the days leading up to his death. Investigators dug into Haggerty's final days and uncovered a web of secrets, from political tensions to personal conflicts. Theories swirled. Was it an assassination, a cover-up, or simply an unfortunate accident? Official conclusions were vague, but the unanswered questions kept journalists and conspiracy theorists busy for years. Haggerty's death is a chilling reminder of the thin line between power and peril, especially when politics and mystery collide. The strange robbery of the American Independence Day diamond heist, 2002. While fireworks exploded over New York City on July 4th, 2002, a different kind of explosion was happening behind closed doors. At a prestigious jewelry exhibition, a group of highly skilled thieves executed a flawless heist, making off with a priceless collection of rare diamonds. The timing was bold during America's Independence Day celebrations, when the city was distracted by festivities and fireworks. Security footage showed the thieves moving swiftly and silently, bypassing alarms and guards. The heist stunned law enforcement and jewelry experts alike. As investigators followed a tangled trail of clues, the mystery deepened. Who were these criminals, and how had they planned so meticulously? Some diamonds were recovered in later sting operations, but many vanished without a trace. The brazen robbery became a legend of audacy, proving that even on a day celebrating freedom, greed, and crime can find a way in. 6. The unsolved murder of Betty Jane Solomon, 1980. Betty Jane Solomon was a bright young woman with a heart full of dreams and a future that seemed wide open. She lived in a quiet Texas town where everyone knew each other, and the July 4th Independence Day Festival was the highlight of the year. After enjoying the celebrations with friends and family, Betty Jane vanished without a trace. Days later, her body was found in a remote, wooded area outside of town, showing clear signs that she had fought fiercely for her life. The shockwaves rippled through the community. How could something so terrible happen during a day meant for joy and togetherness? Police launched an exhaustive investigation, interviewing hundreds of people and chasing down every lead. Despite the intense effort, the case gradually grew cold. No suspects were ever charged. No closure was reached. Betty Jane's family was left with heartbreak and unanswered questions that haunted them every year. Every anniversary, the town gathers to honor her memory, lighting candles, sharing stories, and hoping for justice someday. Her story is a painful reminder of the fragility of safety and the deep need for healing when justice is denied. Betty Jane Solomon's name lives on as a call to never forget those lost and to keep fighting for answers. 7. The curious case of the Liberty Bell theft attempt, 1995. On July 4th, 1995, during a lively Independence Day celebration in Philadelphia, chaos nearly struck when a group of thieves attempted to steal the Liberty Bell, or at least a replica of it. The audacity of the plan shocked everyone. As fireworks lit the sky and crowds cheered, the thieves tried to slip the iconic symbol away. Quick-thinking bystanders and alert police intervened, foiling the attempt before the bell could be moved far. The event sparked questions about the motives. Was this a stunt for attention, a political protest, or sheer greed? Media coverage exploded, making the story one of the most talked-about incidents of that year's celebrations. The botched theft became a curious footnote in Independence Day history, reminding us that even in moments of national pride, trouble can be just around the corner. 8. The July 4th poisoning at a community picnic, 1987. It was supposed to be a perfect summer day, blue skies, warm sun, laughter, and the smell of grilled food drifting through the air. A tight-knit Midwestern town gathered for their traditional July 4th picnic, a beloved annual event where families came together to celebrate freedom and friendship. But the joyous atmosphere shattered when several attendees suddenly became violently ill after eating the potato salad, a dish everyone trusted and enjoyed. Emergency responders rushed to the scene as panic set in. Some people were rushed to the hospital in critical condition, while others endured days of uncertainty and fear. Authorities quickly confirmed that the potato salad had been deliberately poisoned. The thought that someone from their own community could commit such a betrayal sent shockwaves through the town's heart. The investigation was intense, canvassing neighborhoods, questioning friends and neighbors, looking for a motive in what seemed like a peaceful community. Yet, despite the effort, the mystery remained unsolved. Who had poisoned the picnic and why? That question lingered like a shadow over every future celebration. This incident remains one of the most chilling stories in the town's history, proof that darkness can hide behind even the brightest days, and that sometimes the greatest dangers come from the most unexpected places.